Stop, well, stop, boy. We gotta do it. As long as we have energy, I swear, we're gonna do it. We're gonna see victory in our generation. We're gonna see freedom. We're gonna see healthy children. I promise you. Before I go to sleep, for me to be able to rest properly, I need to see healthy children. So y'all just seeing a little bit. See, that's the folder for the Nationals completed, judicial notices, name declarations, got these emails up on the wall, the folk I need to get to. It's all coming together. Now, Islam to you, Davy Castro. This is the super injunction. I'm going to get down to business. I ain't going to be, even though I can't help but go on tangents, I'm going to be quick with y'all. So this is 1945 Missouri Constitution, Article 1, Bill of Rights, Section 124. That the military shall be always in strict subordination to the civil power. Y'all better hear me because I am getting it right now, Manga Bay. I appreciate you. Round 3, yes, we banging today. We swinging these uppercuts and these right hooks. Man, I don't care what none of y'all say. Rocky Marciano, he's still the best of me. Look, they want to say whatever just because the more is the more, but look, we got these hands of steel, baby. This ain't Rocky. This is the real life running marathon. This is and the scriptures say, he who run the race, run it according to the rules and the guidelines of the race, that he may run well. Oh yeah, buddy, we running well right now. That the military shall be always in strict subordination to the civil power. Notice of special restricted appearance. Then you put your free national name, beneficial owner, first lien holder of whatever your estate is. Your name versus public officer. Now that's doing business as Mike Pompeo or the United States. Now they all responsible. If one's responsible, all is responsible. The reason why Prophet Noble Jew Ali said keep your Bibles because we're going to use it against the Europeans is because in my heart, the scriptures say if you break one law, you break all of them. That means notice the agent and notice the principle. Hey, look here at this common law, this Bible that y'all supposedly sit under, right? This truth say, if you break one law, you break them all. So you an agent or you a principal to one of these children, belligerent children, you just as responsible as these belligerent people out here you done hired. Oh, really? Okay. Well, I've been preaching about this estoppel. ESTOPPEL. If you file an estoppel before you even enter into the tribunals, Boozy Boo, you let me know what you're waiting on. I got your back. If you email me right now, and in the middle of this live feed, I'll send you whatever you ask me for. The estoppel says, basically in law, that a living being cannot contract with a corporation. So if you put an estoppel on the record before you get there, which is what I said to them when I emailed them, hey, I'm entering and motioning or filing or declare, demand, however I worded it, an estoppel. That let them know, you a living being and you know they're a corporation, and corporations cannot contract with living beings. Corpse, dead, living being, alive. Come on with it. Notice of estoppel and stipulation of constitutional challenge to all Washington District of Columbia and state statutes, where no general law affecting private rights shall be varied in writing, shall be varied in any particular case by special legislation, except with the free consent in writing of all persons to be affected thereby, and motion to intervene with an injunction for name, blah, 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 right? Y'all finna get it. Boyce Hudson, I appreciate you sitting on the line with me, man. This is my family. The family is the next generation of heirs that are learning as we go and studying to know thyself. We know thyself. You shouldn't even have to ask no questions if you know yourself. You should just be busting a move every time. Take notice that District of Columbia, Organic Act of 1871, 41st Congress, Session 3, Chapter 62, 1841, Section 17. And I quote, and be it further enacted that the Legislative Assembly shall not pass special laws in any of the following cases. That is to say, for granting divorces, regulating the practice in courts of justice, regulating the jurisdiction or duties of justices of the peace, police magistrates, or constables, providing for changes of venue in civil or criminal cases, or swearing and impaneling jurors, remitting fines, penalties, or forfeitures, the sale of mortgage of real estate belonging to minors or others under disability, changing the law of descent, increasing or decreasing the fees of public officers during the term for which said officers are elected or appointed, granting to any corporation, association, or individual any special or elusive privilege, immunity, or franchise whatsoever. The Legislative Assembly shall have no power to release or extinguish in whole or in part the indebtedness, liability, or obligation of any corporation or individual to the district or to any municipal corporation therein, nor shall the Legislative Assembly have power to establish any bank of circulation, nor to authorize any company or individual to issue notes for circulation as money or currency. What you saying, baby? Oh yeah, I got this. And I'm about to send it to everybody that put their email on here. This is called the super injunction. Now, this is section 20. Boy, woo, this fire, baby. We putting them in the fire. See, this is how the goldsmith, he purifies the gold. He turns the fire up. And all of the impurities that's in that gold, it go right to the top. He just smelt it off. Bam. Shim it off. Turn the heat up even more. Slim it off. Now, the ecclesiastical divine mission, scripture, is that when we restore the judges, okay, then peace will happen in the land. When it's righteous judges in the seat, Article 3, then it say, then you will be known as the faithful city. When the judges and the consuls are restored, then we're going to be known as the faithful city. Yep, I'm telling you. Section 20. And be it further enacted that the said Legislative Assembly shall not have power to pass any ex post facto law, nor law impairing the obligation of contracts, nor to tax the property of the United States, nor to tax the lands or other property of non-residents higher than the lands or other property of residents, nor shall lands or other property in said districts be liable to a higher tax in any 1 year for all general objects, territorial and municipal, than $2 on every $100 of the cash value thereof. But special taxes may be levied in particular sections, wards, or districts for their particular local improvements, nor shall said territorial government have power to borrow money or issue stock or bonds for any objective whatsoever, unless specially authorized by an act of the Legislative Assembly, passed by a vote of 2/3 of the entire number of the members of each branch thereof, but said debt in no case to exceed 5% of the assessed value of the property of said district, unless authorized by vote of the people, as hereinafter and hereinbefore provided. Now, I need to explain something to y'all. The reason why they so mad and belligerent is this is what we're supposed to be doing. You walk outside with some sticks and you put them sticks together and you start building. Then when somebody walk up and say, hey, what you doing? You say, I'm building. What you doing? You want to help? And you keep building. And if anybody got a problem with you building, then you prove that you're the heir and you have a right to build it. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Supposed to be walking out these busted, broke-ass, roach-infested homes, excuse me, because that's what them projects be on. I swear to you. It be broken, busted. And most of the homes that they rent out to you while they live in lavish, and they discharging and trading on the stock market, and you paying and being a debt slave to everybody. You're supposed to be out on the land, contracting and building at all times, every day. We're not supposed to be in the house, sitting, eating, watching reality television, Housewives of Atlanta, or Love and Hip Hop. Look, that's going to be there. Y'all notice on digital television, most of the shows is like 10 years old. the dated shows for digital televisions like 10 years ago. So you know you got time to go back and catch up on your Power or whatever series you're trying to watch at the expense of going out and building at the present now. You can see all your shows eternally for as long as you want when you transfer energy. So you might as well go ahead and do something while you have possession of this vessel. 1945 Missouri Constitution, Article 1. Remember I told you full faith credit is one republic constitution has to honor all the laws stated in another constitution of another republic. They have to. That's full faith credit. So 1945 Missouri Constitution, Article 1, in wherever your corporate republic is, it stands as law in whatever republic that is. They have to honor full faith. Bill of Rights, Section 1, that the military shall be always in strict subordination to the civil power. Who is the civil power? You. Who has the judicial power? You. How did we get it? We all came together and said, hey, we're a body of people and we have the power. Oh, look at you with the power. Hey, look at me with the power. Look at us with the power. That's how it is. Oh, what gives you the right to do so? What gave them the right to come and write these writs and affidavits? What gave everybody the right, our foreparents the right to create a constitution and enforce it as law? Because they got together and they wrote it and they agreed as a body of people and as a family who were on the same vein of thought that this was good for all of them, and they agreed and they moved forward with it. And then who stopped them as a force, as a family? They were on 5 out of 7 continents. That's an empire in agreement with one another about what should be going on with their blood. That's how they conquered in love, peace, truth, freedom, and justice. And some of it wasn't those 5 pillars of light, and that's why we fall. That's how they conquered. They came together as a family, and they said, what's good for the empire and all the children in it? This is good. Okay, let's write it up and make everybody agree to it. Great. We wrote it up and made everybody agree to it. Now what? We honor this in our hearts, and we live by this, and the whole entire world and the energies and the cosmos do the same, and everybody's protected and good. Woo! We have an empire and a nation. Not self-government. Yes. Not all these type of divisions everywhere. Oh no, not that. Where am I at? Number 2, to take further notice that pursuant to the 1787 United States Constitution, Article 1, Section 9, Clause 3, no bill of attainder or ex post facto law shall be passed. And take further notice that pursuant to the United States Bill of Rights, written Article 1, Section 9, Clause 3, pursuant to the United States Bill of Rights written December 15, 1791, these amendments were ratified and form what is known as the Bill of Rights. Amendment 1, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or of the right of the people peaceable to assemble and to petition the government for a redress and grievances. Well, they claim to be government, so why aren't you the people exercising your right to petition them for redress and grievances? You talking about what we do, open up your mouth. That's what we doing when we send in these 150 writs, 50 to the governors, 50 to the United, who are these people? The Roman Curia, the archdioceses. We're sending to all 50 archdioceses and 50 sheriffs. That's 150 times we done spoke to them. We speaking up. This is what we got to do. We speak up. We ain't got a power. You want to be a government? Then you should hear the voice of your people that's talking to you. Now, if they're not your government and you didn't vote them in, then you should be talking to your grievances about the people that claim to care for you. Well, at the present moment, it's all of these more groups that say they give a damn about all of the Moors. This is what they claim in all of these groups, that they care and that they trying to see uplifting a fallen humanity. Oh, really? Well, then that means that all of you who are professing to care are doing what caring does. The work. That's what doing what care does. When the baby's crying. That's the national screaming that they being tormented. When you get up, you go make the bottle, you warm it up. When you warm up the bottle, you feed the baby and you burp it on up and make sure that it ain't nothing else wrong with it, and then you put it back to sleep. Why? Because it's healthy and taken care of and feels safe. Well, that's what your grown adults do. You get up when all your family members, some babies, some growing up, some coming out the mist, some been in it for years. They crying because they being tormented all throughout the land. You supposed to get up, make the bottle. What's the bottle? The writs and the affidavits in the law. And then first and foremost, show conscious mind, knowing use obeying. You're supposed to be enforcing this on the land at all times for all the nationals. If you ain't walking around enforcing this law, which is Act 1 of the Divine Constitution, then you're not following the prophet. He say, we put in place to make and enforce laws. Well, if you following that edict from 1928 all the way till now, that's 100 years of enforcing law. We should be, woo, this thing should be, if you really operating in Act 1, the work would have been done. So, why don't you just be okay with saying, hey, we didn't do everything we were supposed to do for this generation. All right, all you old heads that's watching the new Moors come in with their wide eyes open and watch us enforce this law. The ones who does the work, all the elders, the elder Moors, y'all cool. The ones who didn't and who are not doing it, the only thing y'all got to do to prevent the wrath of this next generation and the karma that's coming on you for neglecting us is admit that you did and that you were fraudulent and you was operating under 501c3 and that's why you didn't discharge that debt like that 10-10-59-09 said, and you ain't discharged that land to the people like the 10-10-59-05 done commanded you. And do the work. Discharge the debt of the nationals that come into your temples, administrate them some land so their families can be healed. Stop taking the donors gifts from Rome and learn how to contract between one another instead of getting it the easy way. Look, Amendment 1, we got that. The U.S. corporation is a religious for-profit corporation which I choose not to associate with, and the Constitution explicitly states that I cannot be forced into a religion or be forced to follow any laws that hinder my free expression of freedom of religion. And the last time I checked, I told everyone my new religion is called nationality. What's my spirituality? What holy books do I have to read in my new religion? Written affidavits and law. What you talking about? What am I preaching at this pulpit? All things law, enforcing the law, the actual law of the land, not some allegorical story that millions and hundreds of scholars made up into whatever they wanted to after they stole the writs from the ancient Moors of the land when they stole the holy books and all of the wisdom and manipulated it, used it to play on your soul. Take notice that, pursuant to the 1945 Missouri Constitution, Article 340, Section 40, limitations on passage of local and special laws. The General Assembly shall not pass any local or special law. 11, affecting the estates of minors or persons under disability. Now, you call yourself a minority. In law, in a law book, a law dictionary, Black's Law Dictionary Edition 4, it says a minor is a child and a major is an adult. So if you're saying you're a minority, you're protected by this right now. Just letting you know. I'm trying to help you out here. It says the General Assembly, that's whoever is professing to be over the people, shall not pass any local or special law affecting the estates of minors or persons under disability. Look up estates in a law dictionary. Woo! You're going to see what you own, baby. That's all hereditaments. Hereditaments is like the light fixtures and your furnitures and you put the screw in there, you take the doorknob out. That's that's a fixture. That belongs to you. You own everything. Oh my goodness. I wish I could explain to y'all. Y'all walking around these homes, paying rent, or these apartments or whatever, and you own it all. All you have to do is figure out how to prove it, which these writs and these affidavits and these laws do, and then you need to tell these people you own it and to stop trying to harass you and make you pay what? If you say to them, I don't have Federal Reserve notes to pay you. Well, how can you prove that? 1935, James Traficon's speech, 1935, it say Federal Reserve notes are not money. Oh, that was in the congressional records. That's proof by law. So how else you want to take payment? Well, for me, sitting in my home that I own, how about you pay me, Mr. LLC, doing business on my land? Oh, you know what? I think I'll just sit around here for a little bit, being that I own it. Where general law can be made applicable, and whether a general law could have been made applicable, is a judicial question to be judicially determined without regard to any legislative assertion on that subject. Pursuant to the Missouri Bill of Rights, Article 116, Section 13, ex post facto laws, impairment of contracts, irrevocable privileges, that no ex post facto law, nor law impairing the obligation of contract or retrospective in its operation or making any irrevocable grant of special privileges or immunities can be enacted. And take further notice that, pursuant to the 1945 Missouri Constitution, Article 3, Section 41, indirect enactment of local and special laws, repeal of local and special laws. The General Assembly shall not indirectly enact a special or local law by the partial repeal of a general law, but laws repealing local or special acts may be passed. This is a judicial body. We take these laws and enforce them to everyone. And if they're not enforced, we're going to come see about you. Ooh, y'all loving this right now. Pursuant to the 1945 Missouri Constitution, Article 349, reservation of power to enact and reject laws. The people reserve power to propose and enact or reject laws and amendments to the Constitution by the initiative, independent of the General Assembly, and also reserve power to approve or reject by referendum any act of the General Assembly, except as hereinafter provided. So that's all we saying to everyone. That's all we saying is open your mouth. And you writing to them these epistles, this is us speaking to them. Now, the governor is going to wake up, and for breakfast, he's going to have a fat bowl of more affidavit cereal. He ain't going to be able to understand his life. And take further notice that I, your free national, executive office occupant, first lien holder of the 14th Amendment person, then you put your corpse, doing business as, did not consent for me or my private property to being a 14th Amendment citizen or the U.S. or state of Missouri or any other state in writing or any other consent, especially since this was done when I was a child, a baby, when contracts like the birth certificate was done and social security number was issued in the above mentioned name, which would have put me under legal disability to do what? To contract, and not capable of such a contract, as the above mentioned 1945 Missouri Constitution said. And take further notice that I, free national name, ooh, Islam to you, Clinton, reserve my right to sue you and all your agency and contractors for using my name or my property. And take further notice that the material facts given to rise to the constitutional questions are as follows. Unalienable rights protected by the 1945 Missouri Constitution and Article 1 Bill of Rights, right of travel, has been violated in the past. This is the questions you ask them. Have you violated my right to travel? You're not answering their questions. Whoa! They're answering yours. Listen, the oath and the proof is on them, your accuser. It's not on you, the one being accused. They have to prove their case to you. So you're demanding, are you violating my rights? A right, B right. Have you violated the right? I mean, you questioning them, you grilling them. They on your stand right now. Woo, come with the fire justice, baby. Yeah. Unalienable rights were violated, protected by the 1945 Missouri Constitution Bill of Rights, Article 115. Unreasonable search and seizure prohibited, contents and basis of warrants. That the people shall be secure in their persons, papers, homes, and effects from unreasonable searches and seizure. And no warrant to search any place or seize any person or thing shall issue without describing the place to be searched or the person or thing to be seized as nearly as may be, nor without probable cause supported by written oath or affirmation. Come on, man. And take further notice that I demand for you to put the name, your free national, on the do not stop, do not detain list for Missouri and all other states. I reserve all my rights protected by above said Missouri Constitution and don't waive any part of my rights. Abide by your oaths to do it. I also have a $9 billion. Come on with it. I also have a $9 billion lien on the names that are my property, and they will be a charge of $9,000 up against you and your agencies or contractors, which this is by contract where you agree to pay this amount to me in the name of for the trespass of my unalienable rights protected by the 1945 Missouri Constitution. And take further notice that this is a contract. Your failure to answer and rebut this affidavit is acquiescence. You have 72 hours to answer, then this contract is lost. We banging on these boys. This is what we telling them, boy. We ain't asking you no questions. We commanding around here, boy. And you know what happens? You gonna get overloaded with some more if you don't answer. If you don't respond, then guess what happens? Default of judgment entered into the record. Oh, you defaulted on this affidavit of truth. Guess what the default happens after the affidavit of truth? You say in the default in the order of performance. When they default, then you say what performance you want to happen concerning their default. And the sheriff gets a notice from the judge. The judge is from the Moorish American Consulate, ecclesiastical body. That's why they can't touch you. It's an ecclesiastical body. That's part of your freedom of religion, to operate ecclesiastically in divine law. That's why they can't touch you. Oh, here, Mr. Sheriff, here's an order from Article 3 judge, and here's the order of performance. Can you accompany me to go and enforce this order of performance? Oh, appreciate you. Thank you for doing your job. This is what the taxpayers pay you for anyway. Oh, you don't know the Constitution, Mr. Sheriff? Well, that's a crying shame. We're going to have to school you, baby. Yeah. Notice of special restricted appearance. And I guess this particular national was so ingenious that he made it so the affidavit and the writ was his special appearance instead of going himself. Huh. That's beautiful. So, with that super injunction, which I'm about to send to y'all, so y'all can tailor. First, I'm going to ask one of my consuls to tailor it to the consulate. And then after they do that, I'm going to ask another consul to make it so everybody can just put their free national name and send it off. After that, it's all tailored to y'all. Then we're going to email it so y'all can print it out. If y'all want me to seal it and sign it, I will seal it. And then I'll mail it to y'all primary location. With that being said, love you very much. Thanks for spending this 30 minutes with me. Y'all get this super injunction. None of the processes are affected without nationality. So that's the very first step. We're gonna declare every time. We're gonna make sure that you're declared and your declaration is a registration with us just to keep track of you. The website's almost finished. What the website is doing is basically privatizing us and getting us off being jacked up by these dirty glass Moors and people who don't want to see no progress and change in their communities. So with that being said, y'all be looking for this website real soon. And I'm going to give y'all a private email to be able to reach me. All my consuls that are walking with me very closely, y'all have to get this private email. I got another flash drive that isn't corrupted on the way from the House of Reawakening Mind. So when I get the flash drive and it isn't corrupted, then from the flash drive, the Google Drive already corrupted some of our files. So this flash drive that I'm getting, I'm not going to take off the flash drive and put it anywhere. I'm going to just be sending y'all stuff directly from the flash drive itself. So this would be better. Yes, nationality is the order of the day. Send one to Got You Covered. Love your family. I'll be back with you real soon. Keep enforcing the law. Woo! Make sure you love yourself. What? What is this thing telling me? Oh, come on with it, baby.